Hello, people. It is your boy Big John here. And yes, I do know I do my Zoom calls for the general public impromptu. You have to understand that everybody within the group, they're in, all different places across the world. So even if I do have a time, it's still going to be hard for a lot of people to figure out, when they're going to be able to get in and stuff like that. Sometimes people it's 3 a.m. in the morning, sometimes it's 12, etc., etc. And another thing as well, I do the Zoom calls when I have free time. It's not something that I've said is a set thing that I'll do once a week for the general public. So of course, at that same time, whenever I do it, they are recorded. So anyone that does miss it can actually, just go on YouTube and actually watch them if they get the time to. So hopefully that does help people in terms of that, the fact that they are recorded. So now let's just go into some of the promotional stuff. So if anybody does want to help a brother out and you are using TradingView, or you are renewing, or you're new to TradingView, then you can just click this link here. If you get TradingView, it will give both of us some type of coins back on TradingView, and it goes towards your monthly payment. So if you want to do that, thank you very much, people. That is my link here. It's in my group under TradingView Pro under Easy Forex information. Let's go into the Neo alerts now. So of course, over time, I keep changing little bits of information in here and stuff like that. But again, you can always just message me and I'll tell you what exactly, is the situation with anything that I am actually offering. So Neo was actually an indicator before on MT4 where it would give you a stop loss level, take profit, and entry level. The problem I had with that, this is why I do things in phases. As you can see here, it says phase 5 that is still in at the moment, is because traders were having connectivity issues. So if a trade did appear, it might not appear on their MT4. So this is part of the reason why I took it away from being an indicator and just being a alerts-based system. And I'm liking this alerts-based system, as you're going to see going into Trinity, and when I explain that. So now with Neo, what happens is that you will still get access to VIP groups. There's a group basically for Trinity, but it will just be the chart group. Now I've got rid of my group like VIP Zoom calls and stuff like that. So just literally be a chart group where I'll be telling you the trades we're looking towards, which is my circle of pips. So I'm always trading pairs in a circle rotation. When they're ready, those are the trades I will take. Let me just see if I've got it here, just so I can show people. So it's like I'm not just talking for talking's sake. So here, you can see, so this is basically in the Neo trading area, and it will all be trades here. There's a whole bunch of stuff there, but of course there's information in there as well. So you will get this and it'll show you the trades that we're looking at and why we're looking at these possible pairs for whatever reason. And on top of that, when the trade is actually ready, then you will get a chart from TradingView with a stop loss and a take profit level on Telegram in the group you'll also be in. So that's pretty much Neo. So it's no longer indicator, it's just alerts, but of course at the same time I'll be giving you information on the pairs that we're waiting on. What else have we got here? Then we've got crash courses. Okay, so when it goes into the crash courses, just so people are aware, you can actually book me out per hour if you want to. If you do want to learn some type of stuff, I've tried to make everything as affordable as possible for people, because I understand when it comes to this game, everywhere else you look, everything is like £500, £7,000. So I am trying to make things as affordable as possible for people, and I do ask for people to have some type of respect towards the fact that I'm actually offering it for that service. It's not because it's sketchy or dodgy or anything like that. It's because people just, a lot of people coming into the game right now, everybody is coming into the game for a reason, and not every single person has money, basically. Long story short, there are a fortunate few that do, and that's kudos to them. But of course, I'm trying to look as the masses, the people with the money, they'll be able to pay regardless. People without the money, I need to be able to help them as well. So 30 GBP an hour. Of course, just be realistic what you're asking for. I can't teach you the whole of Forex in 1 hour. And you can learn some information on that. I can go through gold, pretty much anything, but as long as it can be in a one-on-one Zoom within the hour. That's what that is for. Now, when it comes into the crash course itself, which is £200 for the month, this is for people that are a bit more serious. Students that have used this before, that might be in a Zoom or anywhere else. This is basically me going through like proper one-on-one Zoom calls with you. Usually they're about 2 hours long. Sometimes it could be an hour and a half, just depends on how much information we get through and how much you're understanding. They are recorded. You do get a copy of this recording as well. And again, you'll be in all of the groups basically. So with this, you will be in Trinity, you'll be in Neo as well at the same time. and you pretty much be in everything. Sorry, once you get this one here, that's basically the maximum package you can get. The like I said, the only benefit on top of that is that you will be getting 2 one-on-one Zoom calls in the month. So yeah, and if you want to make a custom package where you might want to get 4 Zoom calls, you can do that. You just have to pay an extra price basically, and you can do that if you want to. So I'm very flexible of how I work things out, and people understand that who have been here before. So what I wanted to mention as well, I did forget to say this, I did add this just over the weekend, I believe it was, with Neo. Once you do get Neo, you're also going to get access to Trinity as well at the same time. So you're getting 2 things for the price of 1 basically with this. You're not just getting 1. So you'll get access to Neo and you'll get access to Trinity at the same time, I believe. Did I put it here? Too sure if I've updated it, so my bad if I haven't updated it, but you will. So for 59.99, 60 GBP basically, you're going to get Trinity and Neo, but at least this time you get the trades I take as well myself. So cool. And then now this is the last thing I did update here, which is literally it came out the other day. Again, I'm always trying to make things better for traders, because I'm always like, if I'm not seeing enough people either communicating in a certain way where I can see that they're growing or something like that, I'm only led to believe that maybe people are struggling. Whether or not it's the truth, it's the only thing I can see, because I'm not hearing things through the grapevine. So basically I've come up with, okay, a lot of people message me this. You're not obviously going to see this, but people ask me for account management. I probably get 2 to 3, if not 5 messages a day on people asking me for account management. Yeah, 1 second. I know you raised your hand. I just want to make sure. So, but everybody can hear me in here, yeah? Just in case, yeah? Just give me a quick yes if you can hear me, just to make sure. I'm not talking for no reason. Can everyone hear me? Yeah. Okay, yep, just making sure, so I'm not just talking for no reason. All right, so I'll get back to the raised question in a bit. Just bear with me, my friend. So now when it comes to this, yeah, no problem. And that's part of the one-on-one service. So let me just keep getting into this. So now when it comes to the signals and copying, it might confuse some people. So signal trades, nobody really has to worry about realistically the strategy I'm going to be using for the signal trade. And that's the whole point of being signal trades. It's not really for you to even worry. The whole thing is for you to just understand that you've got to have X amount of money. And with X amount of money, you will be able to make money in Forex. Just give me 1 second, people. 1 second. I do apologize. Sorry about that, people. It's my son's mum. She's in Jamaica, so she called me. I just need to make sure, of course, everything's all right. So I do apologize about the brief pause, but you know how it goes. Yeah, I just had to mute it because I just had a phone call, people. So I do apologize about that, but I had to answer the phone call. Yeah, so with the crash courses, basically, sorry, not crash courses, with the signal and the copying, you don't have to worry too much about. Yeah, let me finish off this bit and then I can go into the other questions. I just want to make sure I finish off all this because this is at the beginning of the YouTube video and it's important to get all the information out because people tend to not watch for 30 minutes, things come up, etc. So I want to answer questions as we go in. I just want to make sure all the basic information is out of the way. And I'll be doing this more and more through YouTube and through even Zooms like this. So again, with the signals, it will just be a signals that come out. I'm going to be basing them, the majority of them on 1 to 4 risk to reward. That's going to be part of the Zoom and you're going to see why I'm doing that. Basically you're going to have X amount of money. I will speak to you privately, so nobody needs to know there's a set value or this. Before you sign up, I'll go through all these individual things with you to say how much money do you have, how much are you looking to make, and then I'll break down the understanding of what we're actually doing here. So you're not just paying for signals and I'm like, yes, buy now, get signals. No, I'm going to talk to you before to see if it's something that you're actually interested in. If you're not, then of course you don't pay for it. If you are, and you can understand what I'm saying to you, then of course you go forward with the product. And there will just be signals. They can be currency pairs, metals, indices as well at the same time. But you've got to trade the metals and indices on a different account from your main account. Don't trade your currencies, because I don't do that. I don't trade my currencies with my what you call it, with my indices and my metals. I don't do that. So people need to understand that. I might have done it once or twice. I'm not saying, you know, I don't slip up, but I literally have two different accounts for them. Yep. Now, when it goes into copy trading, basically it will be the same thing, but this time, of course, I will take the trades on the account, and then those accounts will come through to you. With signals and copy trading, they could be swing trades, or they could be copy trading with, they could be currency pairs. But with copy trading, yeah, there's definitely going to have to be the fact that you might have to be in a position where you opt for two accounts. I can't copy trade, again, like I said, the currency pairs and the metals on the same account, because it can mess up the metrics in terms of how they move as trading instruments. So people have to understand that. So it might be the fact that you have to have two accounts, or you just say, okay, I have two accounts, and then people might just be like, okay, I only want to copy trade with indices and metals. I only want to copy trade with currency pairs. So that would be something. But all of these services are available from now. Every single person can opt for any of these services. And again, like I said, as you're opting for the service, I'll just break everything down for you some more in a direct message. So that's all the good stuff been said out of the way, so people can understand what I actually offer and how they can get into it. Now, any questions you do have, I will answer. So I think SJ, you had a question first, and then we'll go forward from there. So SJ, do you have a question, or SG? Sorry.
Yes. Hi, how are you? This is Sylvia Grimes. How are you? How's it going?
I'm great. I'm great.
Awesome. I really appreciate your service. I'm just a little confused with your services. So
okay.
I have Trinity. I'm a part of Trinity, but I see all the videos and everything. You also just spoke about Neo. So they're separate, because you speak about Neo and then you speak about the charts, and I do see the charts that you post in the Trinity user on Discord. So what's the difference?
Okay, cool.
I get a little confused.
No, that's perfect. This is why I'm do stuff like this. You see why I just come out the blue and do Zoom calls, because that's what I said. When there's a certain quiet or a certain, I get a feeling in the air, I'm like, it's maybe people are confused or they're struggling, or do you understand? So I'm just like, let me see if I can clarify something, even if it's for 30 minutes to an hour. I've got no problem doing that, because everything needs to be clear whenever you're doing anything in life. So when it comes to Trinity, Trinity is literally just an alert entry based system which gives notifications through Telegram. That's all it is. It's no different from how you would use a RSI, a MACD, I don't know, whatever anybody uses. They can use volume indicators, whatever they use basically for entries. For that, you know, when you're about to press the go button before you enter a trade, not your confluences, the go button. That is what Trinity is. And I feel like maybe sometimes that's where it's confusing people sometimes. And the fact that maybe I show Telegram charts, not Telegram, TradingView charts, it might make them think, oh, signals, or does it appear on TradingView? And then you get it. But I try to make it as clear as possible that all it is an entry-based notification. That's what it is. Yeah, it's not based on a strategy. Because I'm a person that has created loads of strategies, I'm showing people how you could use Trinity. So that's all it is. As soon as that's why it's that price. It's 20 GBP, because all you get is the entry saying, here's a possible entry for a trade. You go to the chart and see what you think about it, basically. Do you think you want to take this trade, or do you think you don't want to take this trade? Cool. So now the difference between Trinity and Neo, and then I'm going to go to the other questions after, is that Neo, is a strategy I've been creating from years now, not even with Trinity. Trinity has been something I've added to Neo, yes, but that was probably by the third year almost of being in, having Neo, the trading setup. Anybody that's been here long enough, one of them being Benjamin, he would know why and could vouch that I'm not lying. His name is Benjamin. He should be in here anyway, or if he's not, he'll watch this Zoom. Yeah, I've been literally creating Neo since I was in my old Telegram group, but it's been evolving over the years because, of course, I've been understanding the markets better and better. So it's a strategy that I've traded, and what it is now Neo's turned into it always kind of was, but it's a swing trading strategy for big moves with big pips, basically. That's what Neo is. Trinity is like just the entry. I've just called it these names because obviously it's the theme of the Matrix. It just goes with all of it. But Trinity is basically just an entry, And Neo's a whole strategy that you could technically say has the entry base of Trinity. But it's not only that, because I've been trading Neo before I was even using Trinity, if that makes sense to you. Hopefully it does.
So when you provide the charts, you provide the charts to the Trinity users. And so if we're Neo members, then you go further into the trade and the charts. And you explain it as that. I mean, what's the additional service?
Okay.
Because and that's what I'm getting confused about when I'm going
Okay.
through the Discord channel.
Okay. So yeah, no, that's absolutely fine. And like I said, great for me to clarify it. So with Trinity, yeah, I'm only posting charts because I love you guys. Literally, like that's literally it. I don't remember, but the fact that it's 20 GBP, there needs to be no charts. I don't even need to have a group for people to talk in. It literally should be, if we're talking about what a service should be for the cost of what it is and how it should be, is it literally should just be people sign up and it's like they've just got a better version, like a more advanced version of a TDI, an RSI, a MACD. That's it. Because when you buy a MACD indicator or anything, you don't get a VIP group, you don't get someone speaking to you every day. Do you get what I mean? You don't get all of this stuff. You'll purchase that indicator or whatever, and that's just what it will be. Me doing any of the chart stuff and stuff like that again, and showing you risk management, doing zooms is, I'm being brute, like completely honest. I love you guys and girls. You get it. So that's why I'm doing it. That is not part of the service. That's why when I said the thing, when people are asking me about, oh, can you show us this? Can you show us that? I'm like, there's a difference between mentorship and obviously what I'm trying to offer here. Now, when it comes into Neo, yeah, with Neo, I'm actually teaching you about why I'm looking for these trades, the trades I'm going to give you as like signals. I'm teaching you. So I'm showing you, I'm looking at price because it's here, here, and here. Yeah, I'm showing you charts there. So forget charts in Trinity. Again, remember, I told you that's just a bonus I've been doing. In Neo, this is what you actually get, and you get a lot more of this as well, because it's what I call the circle of pips. So it's all the pairs that I'm looking at. So there could be 15 pairs at one point, and I'm showing you price is here. This is what I'm expecting it to do. This is what it can do. And now we're looking for an entry here. This is when the pairs do come through. It's been quiet towards the end in this month, really. At the beginning, it was very busy. Then trades failed. Then they won the same trades we were looking at. Yeah. When they got into their reposition, which was explained in a Zoom call. And then there hasn't been no new setups for like the last week and a half almost, or 2 weeks. So it just is what it is. We're making money off of those pairs that we already looked at the beginning of the month. And that's what I do. And that's what will be in the Neo group here. I would do it in, give me a second. I would either do it in a Zoom call or I'd put them in the Neo trading area here. So obviously if I scroll up, there's a whole bunch of information that, like I said, really only the people that are privy to it should be, but there's a whole bunch of information in here, going scrolling up of me explaining charts. I won't even lie to you. Like I'll show you, look, you can see all the charts that I'm looking at. Like I said, I've got nothing to hide. This is all the stuff you can see. It's all in here. All the stuff you see, and these are all charts I'm telling people stuff like constantly. Do you get what I mean? And this is what I'm doing week on and week off, telling you about all the pairs that we're looking at. So hopefully that makes a bit more sense to you. And that's why that's 60 GBP a month. Now, it was more with the Zoom calls because obviously I was doing Zoom calls, but I've taken those group Zoom calls away now. So people are not getting that anymore. They're just literally getting this. So hopefully, again, that does cover everything and you can see the difference between the two.
Okay, so basically the charts that you're presenting as a bonus to the Trinity users, you go into more detail, because I was going to ask, because I saw the one chart that you put in for Euro USD, and you pointed out an entry, which is a swing trade, and it hasn't actually developed. So that would be something that you would go through more in depth in the Neo group.
Of course, most definitely.
Okay.
I don't think it was a swing trade as well. I think it was a sky. I just said that it could buy off of this level, basically. That's all I said when it came to Euro USD. Yeah, I literally said it could just buy off this level. And another thing, I was even out. This is again how much I love you guys and girls. I was in the airport while I was actually sending that screenshot on my phone. So I was literally doing something in my own life, but I could see. Obviously, I'm a Forex trader. I checked the charts as well, so I was checking the charts. That's why I said that my son's mum's in Jamaica. I was literally in the airport taking so she could go to Jamaica, and I've literally looked at the chart and thought, oh, it's at this point, it could buy off of here. I'm not just going to see it and trade it myself in the quiet corner. If it is going to do this move, let me show you guys and girls as well at the same time. And that's what I did. But like I said, when it comes into Neo, I'm telling you why. We're waiting for it to get into position. This is what we expect it to do. Anyone that's been in my VIP knows this. This is what I explain through the Zooms. And hopefully when I do the free Zooms, they can see how much I'm like talking that. I'll do that, but just with the charts, I'll be explaining that this is what's going to probably happen. We're expecting it to do this. It's either going to do it or it's not. So that's what you'll get. And we'll look at specific pairs. Do you understand trading like that? So again, I hope that covers everything there.
Yep, got it. Thank you.
Yep.
Appreciate your
No
time.
problem. No problem. I really appreciate the fact that you're really trying to understand, because if not, it means you wouldn't care if you're not trying to understand. But the fact that you're asking is because you care, because you're interested. That's why you're trying to figure out what's going on. So yeah, no, it's absolutely fine. That's no problem. Anybody else got any questions or anything in here? Have you typed questions? I just want to know.
Yes, I've got one, John. Hi.
Of course, yeah, go ahead.
Jennifer.
Yeah. Hello, Jennifer. Hello.
I just want to find out, is there a difference between the copy trading and account management, or is that both the same or similar?
Was that account management and copy trading, do you mean?
Yeah.
Is that what you said? Yeah, account management is a bit different, even though it's the same. It's basically copy. You know why it's different? I'll say this actually, to be fair. If it's account management, I would be trading your account. And so you wouldn't even have to care about anything. You'd basically just be getting paid at the end of the month. Do you understand what I mean by that? But in terms of copy trading, it's like the only difference is that you're not trading, you're not entering trades. I'm just entering trades and they're going onto your account, but you still have to manage your trades to an extent. So if I obviously close a position, it will close on your account. I'm not too sure if I take partials, if it will do that. I'm not too sure. I think it will. I'm not going to say I'm guaranteeing it will do that. But what I will say is that definitely if I open a trade, it will open on your copy trade. If I close a trade, it will close, literally. So I just got to double check the whole partial profit thing. That's about it. But other than that, you've really got to just, obviously if you're trading profit, I'm going to have a same thing, a Telegram group, and I'll be able to tell you that, I'm looking to close partial profits on EJ, let's just say now, or so-and-so. So again, I would still put that information there. You know how I am anyway. You've been in my groups before. So I'll literally be doing that stuff. But again, the fact that what's happening to a lot of people is they're missing trades. It's not what I'm saying is wrong, but there's no good if I put out 10 trades and you can only take one of those 10 trades in terms of probabilities of winning and losing. And then you take, every single time I do it, you take the loser, the loser, the loser, the loser. Do you understand what I mean? Just because you can't take the 3 or 4 other trades because you're not present to do so. Do you understand what I mean? So now if I do copy trading,
I'm sort of like missing
exactly
the opportunities, really.
Exactly. So now when I do copy trading, I can get all the trades, because obviously there's no way you can miss them because it copies onto your account. And that's why I'm doing copy trading. But of course I have to put a certain price on it. One, because you have to even be paid just to be a user of a copy trading service. That's one. And then 2, of course, it's going to take time, because I'm literally going to have to be managing and making sure it's like borderline account management. I have to make sure that the trade is even going on your account, or obviously those trades are being handled accordingly, basically, because I don't want to just be blowing up people's accounts. That's not the point of it, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's basically it, if that answers your question.
Okay, well, I'm still a bit confused about the trades, the management, the account management bit.
Yeah, literally, that's what I said. Account management, what happens, I think you get an investor password. That's what it is when it's account management. So investor password means that it will be your account, but you'd give me an investor password. It's like when you have a prop firm, and when you got the live account on a prop firm as well, you don't actually own that account in a sense. Yeah, they basically give you an account that they control, but you can use, if you get what I mean. So that's what they literally give you, because you can't literally withdraw any money from the account. You have to ask them to withdraw money. And that's kind of even the same probably as account management as well. You can't actually withdraw. If I'm managing your account, I can't withdraw your money, but I have access to your account and can trade your account. Make sense? That's the difference. Okay. Whereas copy trading, I don't have that access. I've only got access to my own account. You have access to your own profits, and I'm asking you to pay me for that service, not take a percentage as well of your earnings. That's what account management does. Yeah.
Okay.
So
do you know how many trades you'll be taking on copy trading, or does it just, as and when it develops, the same as it is now? It's just you'll just, if there's an opportunity, the trade will be taken, or would you be aiming to say, or you're going to do 6 trades or?
Cool. Now, one thing I've noticed from Forex in general, and I literally said it to myself the other day, I took a sigh, took it, and I said, there's no point anybody stressing themselves in terms of worrying about win rates and worrying about how many trades you're going to get. What you need to worry about more than anything is the fact of risk to reward, which is, are you trading 1 to 2, 1 to 4, 1 to 6, 1 to 8, and probabilities that trades are going to win and trades are going to lose. Like that is always going to be the dying factor. And that is the point of, I realize this. And when I see other people saying stuff like that, see myself, I'm like, it's not really realistic, because there's no way for you to say there will be 4 or 5 trades you're going to take every single week with this setup, because it doesn't have to do that. The probability this week might be different from last week. This is why we trade probabilities and not exacts, or why I'm trying to teach people that nowadays. And that's everyone. That's not only VIPs. You understand? Like, you don't really know. So if I told you 5 trades I'll take every week, it's technically a lie, because there might only be 3 trades that appear this week. Then what? You know what I mean? So it is what it is. You just got to trade the probabilities, and there will always be some type of setups, but I can't tell you an exact amount. That's basically the best way of putting it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the best way. But again, if it's copy trading, then you wouldn't have to worry if it trades in Asia, London, New York. You just wouldn't have to really even worry. Yeah. Cool. So anybody else got any questions in here before we proceed? Anybody else?
If no one else does, I do one more question just to add on to that last question.
Questions help people. Remember, people are going to watch this and they're going to think, oh, I get what he's saying, or oh, this and that. So yeah, go ahead.
So with the copy trading, as the lady spoke about, is that, so how does that work? That's, you have to do something to your account to set that up, or is
literally you would give me your there's some details, there's like 2 details, but basically it'll be the account number. So if it's obviously set up yourself another account with your brokerage, most brokerages let you have like 10 accounts or whatever. You set up like, let's say, one of the 10 accounts, and then you just give me I don't think you have to give me the password. I think it's just like, it might even be the investor password and the normal password. I've just got to refresh my brain on it. I've done it before, but it was about 3 or 4 months ago. And you just give me 2 things, very simple, no like private details or anything. And I'll just literally attach it to the master account. So whenever I take a position on the master account, if I'm taking 1% growth on the master account, it'll do 1% growth on your account. So even if you have a prop account, it'll be the same thing. So if you've got FTMO, if you've got a My Forex Funds account, it doesn't matter. Whatever size of your account, we're not trading for every specific entry. We're always going to trade growth. So that's why I trade growth and risk to reward. So I would only be saying, you know, let's say there's 4 trades I can see that could come up, like in my brain, if it's Neo setup, I can see 4 trades might appear this week. Yeah, I would know that I'm going to trade all 4. I'm going to trade any one of those entries when they appear at 0.25% growth, because if all 4 of them appear in the week, I only want to lose 1%, with the possibility, that's altogether, with the possibility of making 2% or more. Do you get it? So that's how it is. Basically, it's a growth thing, if that makes sense for you. It's literally like that. So you never have to worry too much about that.
And the balance, and everyone's balances can be different, basically.
That's why I have to do growth, yeah, rather than fixed lot sizes, because everyone's balance will be different. So it will automatically copy 1% or 0.25% possible loss on your account, let's just call it, because really, let's care about loss before profits. Yeah, it will only calculate that. So you, in the trade that I enter for you, would still be on a calculation of your balance and 0.25% loss, and it will do the same for my balance and 0.25% loss. That's what will happen. Does it make sense?
Makes sense. And you can do that with the prop firms.
And you can do that. Yeah, you definitely can. I can see people are dropping off, and I'm sorry if I'm not going into anything else, but you got to be able to hear all the information, people. So you can do that with the prop firms, but I can't guarantee you they won't have a problem with it, because I'm not obviously the prop firm, so I can't make rules that they can change in 1 second. So it's completely up to anybody if they choose to do that. But realistically, a lot of people don't have enough capital to trade probabilities. They're going to expect, and I never tell anybody that I'm a perfect trader. I'm not a perfect trader. I win and I lose, but I just make sure I win more than I lose. That's it. I could have 7 losses in a row, but then I can have 5 wins in a row. And guess what happened? I've won more than I've lost. Even 4 wins, even sometimes 3 wins, depending on RR. It just, that's it. I told you, I passed that 20K account that they could see from My Forex Funds with a 30% win rate. I wasn't aiming for a perfectionate win rate. It didn't matter. It's just that when the right trades did appear, all the losers didn't matter. It was really that simple. So yeah, that's just basically kind of what it is. And that's how I trade in general and how I keep my accounts afloat.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so if we've got no more questions, like I said, I see some people falling off. I'm going to just put it in here. I do know it's obviously it's early in the morning, so let's just put that in there. Go into this. So the actual topic, or the reason I was doing this Zoom today, was to show people again that just trading, even with no bias and using Trinity, these are the Trinity alerts, yeah, for everybody to know. So people can see it. Trinity, let's just do this, share screen. This is Trinity. You get all of these alerts. You've got one group where there's 15 and 30-minute alerts on all pairs, all trading pairs. You've got another group over here, which is the 1 hour, 4 hour, and daily alerts as well. And you can use those as well. So you'll be in both of these groups for 20 GBP, basically. So, and with Trinity, what I have told people is if you're a beginner and you don't know what you're doing, you need to put yourself in a position where you're literally saying to yourself, okay, how can I use this the most easiest way? And this is what I've tried to teach people from the get-go. What people are trying to do with Trinity, a lot of people that are, you know, probably not as clued up about trading, is they're trying to add a lot of probably things to it. And I'm saying that Trinity alone, this is why I've given it to people like this. I tried for a period of time to make this whole type of strategy and system. And I said, John, you're just wasting time, because what people are not getting again is trading is probability. Even if I give you a perfect quote unquote perfect system of how to use the Trinity, it's not going to be perfect, because nothing works all the time. Basically, this is what I keep trying to tell people. Nothing works all the time, but what does work is if you trade the same thing multiple times, eventually it's going to pierce through all of the bad, basically, or the wall it's trying to get through. It's going to get through it. And now this is part of the explanation of what I'm saying here. So let's go back to the other screen. So here. So when we go through to here again this week, and people have seen this, this is what I've done since Trinity's been out. If you're trading with no bias in Trinity and you're taking all the buys and sells on the major pairs, there's 6 majors, at some point in the week, there's going to be a big move. As you can see, there was one here and it came all the way down here. As you can see, there was one here and it went up there. More than it's not going to do this, it is going to do this. So you can have a week where it might not do it. And I haven't calculated all the wins and losses yet properly this week, but I've still seen that it has done exactly what I said. That at one point on some of these pairs, there was a 1 to 4 RR winning trade. And this is even with you letting every trade hit stop loss if it doesn't do that. You can modify this a bit by saying, oh, if it goes to 2R forward, RR is this thing here, by the way, so everyone can see risk to reward ratio. If it goes to 2 here, then I might put my stop loss and move my stop loss to break even. So if this pair goes back here, then it won't stop me out, basically. So you can move your stop loss from up here to here. This is all you if you want to modify this down the line. That's extra work. I'm trying to get the basics for people. So remember, I was even telling people that AU might buy yesterday. Can you see what it's doing now? You see, because that was at a key level. This is why I said that. And these are things I'll teach people in the crash courses and things like that. These are extra things. That's why I said that's mentorship. Yeah, cool. What is this? Let's see this. What about Morpheus? Good. Right, yeah, you can buy it now as well. I didn't even put that service there because that's what I've been offering, a lot of services. But again, I don't want to offer too much where it doesn't confuse people. I'm trying to offer people now what they need straight away. And I'm sorting out the website definitely this month, July. So all of it will be on the website as well and fully explained and whatnot. Do you get what I mean? So you'll be able to go there. So yeah, what my whole topic and basing this on it again is no trend bias. Yeah, just take the buys and the sells. Okay, so already, yeah, for AU. So let's just work this out now, yeah, quickly. So I haven't done today's, which is the 30th. I've done up to the 29th because obviously today's still moving. Yeah, so it'll be a bit hard to judge today. So from up to the 29th, these are the entries. So you can see that here, technically, let's just call this was a loser, this was a winner. Yeah, this wasn't a winner. This was it's still running, basically. It's still running at the moment, this trade here, but it did go at least 80% of the way. So again, that's down to the trader, what they want to do there, but they got 80% of the way. This was a loser, this was a loser. So you basically had 3 losers and 1 possible winner right now. But to break it down to make it more fair for people, let's see the stop loss levels. Yeah, so I'm doing this slow with you guys and girls. I'm going to take my time. So anyone that's in here, you know, it's going to be good for them. Anybody else obviously decides, you know, this isn't worth their time, up to them. If you're busy, fair enough. So let's go to the calculator quickly. You can see what I'm saying. I'm teaching right now. I'm not even doing anything, again, out of the love of it all. So this was 20 pips loss. This was 18 pips. Let's just call it 20 pips. And this is 15 pips or 20. I think it's 55 anyway. It should be. So 20, just to make sure it's there, plus 20 plus 15 equals 55. So we're 55 pips negative. Yeah, I'm teaching everybody risk management, and this is how you can trade this with a prop firm, FTMO, my Forex funds, is why the title of this video will be something based along there, but this is how you can do it. So again, yeah, and these are with the Trinity alert, so everybody can understand. You get it on Telegram, you enter when they say to enter, you base it like this. Your stop loss always needs to be above the last high or the last low on a 15-minute chart. Even if you use the higher time frames, you can do the same thing, just bigger. Now, we lost 55 pips, but we are technically, yeah, well, right now a bit less, yeah. So how many pips are we in profit right now? Okay, we was at one point, let's say here, before these did come in. So we was on a loss of 20 pips, but at this point here, we was at 65 pips. So we would have been down to 45 pips. Now price is obviously moving. It's been moving more. When I did start the Zoom, it was here, yeah. So technically we'd be about almost on break even with this pair, with this one still running in the background, yeah. Now, of course, it's getting less and less, as it should, as time goes on. It would either become more or less, yeah, depending on what the chart's doing. So you had an opportunity at any given time to close this pair over the period, I just want people to know this, of 4 trading days. Remember that. That's the probability. We've given it 4 trading days to see if it's going to give us our 1 to 4 RR trade. All of the information I'm saying here, this is why I started offering signals on copy trading, is some people just don't have the time to get this, or maybe they just don't understand it. So that's why signals or copy trading will be for you. But if you are trying to trade, you're not going to learn Forex any easier than this. Like, you've got to learn this type of trading. There's no if, buts, or maybes. There's no secret source, one indicator that's going to do all of this for you. It doesn't exist unless you want to go signals or copy trading, literally. You've got to learn what I'm explaining here. So we can see over the period of the week, yeah, that you was pretty much, and we can all agree, around about a break even on this trade, barring this last impulse it just did. Cool. So I'm even going to be fair with this at the moment. Yeah, I'm even going to call this a break even at the moment. Yeah, and you can see what I'm going to do. So let's go here, and I've got the results here. Where did that result go? My results go. Okay, here they are. So on AU we had, sorry, let me just go back here quickly. Reduce people. 1, 2, 3 losers, 1 winner. Yeah. So, and the reason why I decided to do this is that I could have just made a YouTube video like this, but this time I want to show people live so they can see that I'm not just some lying robotic person picking up random trades saying, look, you could have done this. No, I'm showing you, like I showed last week and I'm showing now. So we had 3 losers and we have 1 possible winner. Yeah. So 1 winner, say possible. I just put a P beside it so we don't take up too much writing, meaning possible. And right now we're just going to put 0 because that's around about a break even, that trade in terms of pips. It's moving. Yeah. Remember, you would have been in all these positions. Okay. So that's about that. Cool. Now, okay, that's that one there. So that's right now on this pair. Now let's go over to Euro USD. Like I said, whoever's with me today, they're going to get this work. They're going to understand. People decide to watch it again. I don't know what else to do, but this is all I can do. I can only show you exactly what I do. And this is probably what a lot of other people are doing. It's why they're winning. You know what I mean? They're just literally taking their time to break all of this down. So again, when we go to Euro USD, there was 2 possibilities. So you had 1 loser, but this one gave you 1 winner. Now, pay attention to what I'm saying. And this is what people got to understand with signals as well. Yeah. One of the main things and why I'm showing it rather than trying to type in DMs, direct messages, telling people, you know, you've got to be patient, you've got to do this or whatever, is that look what happened. So that pair was doing all of that nonsense, but we don't know if Euro USD or AUD USD is going to give you a better setup. We don't know. We don't know. People, stop trying to think that somebody knows or there's a way of knowing. Nobody knows. We have to get this in our psychology part of our Forex trading. We have data to show us that it can do this sell or whatever, but we don't know. So, okay, let's go to this. So now this one obviously has hit 2 entries. Yeah, I've put all the entries and there was only 2. Boom, boom, boom. This is hit, yeah, a 7.5, but we're not going to start going on 7.5 because Of course, we're not going to leave every trade running to that. All we needed was the 4. It's done it. So we've won it in this one. So now when we go over here, yeah, back over here, and I'll go back to that pair after. I just want to do this so you can get my gist. Yeah. Like I said, I'm really taking my time with you guys and girls today. Really taking my time. 1, 2, and then we had 1 loser, 1 winner, and this would be 15. Let's just say, okay. Cool. And now let's go back to Euro USD. So now once you become better at trading like this, if you have the time, then when it got to this position here, yeah, which is your TP, if you're obviously before the position, you'd have to do it, if not close the trade, obviously. Yeah, you could say I'm taking 90% of the profit off this trade, 80% of the profit off this trade, whatever you deem is worthy of you wanting to bank. And again, this is how signal trades would be as well. If I see a signal trade can go further, copy trading, whatever, then at some point I will probably take off partial profits of that trade because I'm working out all of my risk management on all of the pairs. As you'll see, I'll keep doing through this. I'll say, okay, I can do this, but then you could have left this pair open for the probability that it might go further. This is what I'll do. And then I'll put my stop loss break even here. If anything, you can even put your stop loss there if you want to, but it might tap you out because it could pull back to that area. But most times I put my stop loss break even, sorry, right here near entry. So because this might keep going. That's how you get a runner, a long runner. Okay. But this one, we're up already. We've done the maths with that. Now let's go to GU. So GU, we've had 1 loser, 2 losers, 3 losers. Yeah, 3 losers so far, but we've got 1 winner. Okay, let's go to the losers. What we've got: 30 pips loss. Let's call this 10 pips, 40 pips loss, 40, let's say 45 pips loss. Okay. But in the winning aspect of this trade, where it's gone, I'm trying to do it before obviously the last impulse that we was doing whilst we were talking at the beginning of this Zoom. For the winner, we have 156 pips. So how many pips did I say we was down by? Was it by 30? Yeah, so it was about 85. So there we go. So it's about half of this. So now in this trade right now, technically in terms of profit, yeah, if we're half of the profit we need, we're not in a full amount. Yeah, what we 510. I'm gonna call this $10 we would have had in this trade. Yeah. I hope everybody's getting what I'm doing right now here. Like I hope it's because I'm trying to do it as slow as possible. If you're understanding what I'm doing, please let me know. Yeah. I'm not gonna go back and try and break everything down now. Yeah, I want to finish it, but not there. Oops. GU. Just give me a yes if you understand what I'm doing. Just give me a yes in the chat. Cool. Now we're going to go over to USD CAD. Yeah. And with USD CAD, we have 1 loser, 2 losers, 3 losers, 4 losers, 5 losers. And I think this one started to do something. Yeah, there we go. And here's our main winner. So we had 5 losers, 1 winner straight away. So we can already see that this would have been a negative $5. Yeah. So I don't even have to work out much on that. And then this one here is a possible, when was this, the 29th? So we don't know if this is going to win or not yet because the trade is still running. So we can't really judge that right now. We can only judge it off of what we've got here at the moment. So we had 5 losers, 1 winner. So we know for a fact we would have been negative $5 on this. Yeah. So let's just go back here. So that was USD CAD. So we had 5 losers, 1 winner. Yeah. Gee, I can't remember how I'll go there. I'll go back there anyway. We had 5 losers, 1 winner, and negative. And last week it was GBP USD that gave us 5 losers, 1 winner, like this. Again, probabilities, people. You really have to pay attention when I'm saying this with trading. Once you really get probabilities in your mind, you're going to stop worrying about trying to find a perfect strategy, and you're going to be like, it doesn't matter what I do. All it matters is that my risk to reward is good. 1, 2, 3 losers we had. Go back here, go back here. So, where's this one? Disappeared too. What has happened? There we go. Thank you for everybody that is here. I appreciate you. given the time to everything. USD CHF, we're going to go to that one next. Okay, so that we have here, even though it was a good trade, let's just call it a loser because it didn't go for. Is this one still running? Yeah, this one's technically still running. Here, even though this was a good trade, still a loser because we saw this back up, loser. So let's just say loser, loser, loser. This one, yeah, lost basically eventually, but it was a good trade. Loser. And then now we've got a possible winner here, but we have to see. So even with this one already, let's just go on the losers of the pips. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4. I really want to count these ones and not this one just yet. And I'll tell you why this one, because I can see the 3. Let's just count this 1, 2, 3. Yeah. In fact, let's even count the 4. I'm not even going to be picky like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 losers. Okay. And what was the stop loss in this? 20 pips loss. Let's just call it 27 pips. 27 pips, 50. I'm going to make this a round number to make it easier. 27 pips, so 30 pips, let's just say. So this would be 55 pips loss. And this one here, let's just say if it did lose, it would be 25 pips. So what was that? 55 pips.
Hey, John, real
Give me 1
quick.
second. Let me just write this down so I don't forget.
Okay. Sorry, you're doing numbers. My fault.
Yeah. That's what I'm literally doing what I would do right now. This is what I'm saying. So nobody can almost have an excuse, basically. That's why I'm doing it slow. I'm not just making a YouTube video and be like, bing, 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 bing. I'm doing it slow. So yeah, go ahead.
Do you account the losers because of the bias that Trinity doesn't go by trend? Would that be?
What do you mean by it doesn't go by trend? Yeah, go ahead.
Because I notice sometimes when I'm looking at the alerts and then I go look at the chart, it's usually going against the trend. The alert comes in when it's going against the trend, so you have to wait for some kind of pullback or retracement.
Now,
do you understand? You get what I'm saying?
I understand. Yeah, I understand completely what you're saying. I'll put it in this way for you. You see, the majority of the alerts will probably come through when it's going against a trend. But again, a trend is down to what you're looking at, if you get what I mean. Because in theory, we could say this is not in the trend of the daily chart. This is not in the trend of the weekly chart. This is not in the trend of the 4 hours. So that's almost down to a person's perception on the chart or what they're actually looking at. Do you get where I'm coming from when I say that? Because there's no way for us to guarantee this is the trend. We kind of look at a time frame and say, this is what we believe is the trend from what the time frame is showing us. So it's harder to ascertain basically if it's necessarily doing that. But I can say that, yeah, you probably would get a lot of reversals, counter trend reversals in a sense, basically. You get, especially on the smaller time frames. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I would say. But this is why I said we're trading with no trend bias. You get it? So we don't care if it's in an up or down trend. We're trading probabilities, because I'm starting to come to that point of trade. I'm telling you, a lot more people are going to start breaking through trading, especially coming through me, getting taught by me and stuff like that. And I've seen it as well. Like before, people weren't just passing prop firms account. They were making money when I was teaching them, but they weren't passing prop firm accounts. I have more and more people this year passing prop firm accounts that have come to me than ever before, because I'm teaching them that this is prop firm accounts that taught this to me as well. You need capital and you need probabilities, because if you do that, strategy doesn't really matter. Yeah. So this is what I said to myself, hold on. So what happens if I just take buys and sells on Trinity? What happens? Is it just a novice way of trading? But no, it's not, because you're telling yourself, I don't ideally know what the quote unquote trend is. Do you get it? The whole question we just, the segment we just had there, we don't know. It depends on how you're looking at it. But if I can see that at some point there's going to be a breakthrough, realistically, I've just got to figure out on average, what is the RR on that breakthrough? So what is the risk to reward on that breakthrough when it does occur? Oh, it seems to go at least 1 to 4 at some point in the week before I have 5 losing trades in a row. Do you understand? Because 5 will obviously put you negative what you need. If you've got 4 and you hit 4, you'd be at break even. If you get 3 losers and 4 winners, you'd be at least profitable by £5, let's say, or whatever it is. Yeah.
Got it.
That is what it is. You see, it's just changing the idea of how you trade. Not that you're doing the wrong things, is people are just not understanding what they're doing sometimes. I feel like that's what's happened a lot of the time. So again, this is why I'm going through it very, very slow. So we had $80 loss, but this trade went $80 in profit up to this point here. And that's why I calculated. I never actually calculated the profit we're in now. So altogether, this would have put you in a break even. Yeah. Because this would have still been running here. Again, I haven't calculated this yet. If we do calculate this now realistically, you'd be in profit at this point, because yeah, you definitely would have been in profit anyway, because hold on a second, no, this one would have gone back, this one would have gone up. Yeah, you would be in profit. What I'm talking about, because this one went into profit by 85 pips again. There you go. So you was kind of just ping ponging. And you see, this is what happens to us. We get caught in the yo-yo because we're trying to trade exacts. So we're like, is it buying? Is it selling? But it should be selling. It should be buying. But now when we do this probability style of trading, all of this nonsense it did here didn't matter. It did not matter. Didn't matter at all. What mattered was that at some point it broke through. And here it broke through again for you. You would have took this trade. And before, again, this last little reaction before I opened the Zoom call we're in now, you was at least up to around about this point here, which again is 85 pips. So you lost 85 pips, but you're in 85 pips profit now by doing this. Then what happens? Now we go back to USD JPY. We go back to our trusty little sheet over here. And this, what pair was that? That was USD CHF, isn't it? Was it? Just make sure. No, right. Mess ups. Yep, USD CHF. And now we had, I've got to go to the winners and the losers. Okay, but I just want to do this first. Now we're at break even on this pair. Yeah. And USD CHF, let's just go back over there. So again, like I said, I'm taking this real slow with traders. Again, if you're not busy and you're leaving this Zoom, I'm going to be honest with people. I feel sorry for them, because I'm teaching some very valuable information that people don't give off for free. If you are busy, I will say it, because I'm a very reasonable person. I understand we all have families, we all have things to do. If you're not busy, I don't know what you're doing, because you're just going to keep struggling. No offense. If you're not figuring this out, because this is something I'm figuring out, and it's very, very important, because it's helping me excel, is why I'm even teaching you guys. I'm not hiding it. It's actually helping me excel in terms of my trading. Yep. Okay. So now USD CHF, how many was there? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 losers, and then we're in one possible winner now. Yeah. Was there 5 losers? Hold on. Yeah. 1, 2. No. So this was a break-even trade, basically, was it? Yeah, it hasn't closed yet. So yeah, it's a break-even. So there's 4 losers. 4 losers, and that we haven't had 1 winner just yet, but we counted what's currently happening, even though we can't write the figure of money in a sense, not even the figure of money, even though we can't say there's a definite winner yet. You just went through what I did, and you can see on your account right now, you would have been, in terms of money, at break even based on what happened there. Yeah, cool. So where are we? USD CHF was there, so we're just going to put 4 losers, and we don't have a winner yet, so we just put 0 winners for now. Yeah, so you had 4 losers and 1, or let's put 1 winner possible. That's what we need to put. Sorry, my bad, because we had that up here. Okay. Yeah, before I go into USD JPY, I'm gonna go into the question. So what's the question, Jenny?
Yeah. Sorry, I've got one, John.
Yeah.
I'm just going to ask. If you haven't got sort of like a prop firm account, and you want to do copy trading or account management or whatever, what size account must you have for that to be economically viable?
Now that goes, it's a good question you said there. Now, this is a question I did have with another gentleman or lady yesterday. I don't know through the name yet. So now basically, you need to understand, this is what I tell people, and I will tell anybody signing up for signals, and well, yeah, signals and copy trading, to be fair, especially copy trading, is how much money do you have, first and foremost, to invest into Forex? This is what I say. And then I say, how much money are you trying to make from that money once they tell me? I'm not going to lie to you. The majority of the time, people tell me absolutely unrealistic figures. They might say like they want to give me, pardon me, they want to put, when I say give me, I mean put into the account, obviously, the account they want to get traded. They might say, okay, I'm putting 500 in and I'm trying to make 1,000 back a month, basically. And I have to explain to them, this is why I'm doing this Zoom call right now, again, as well. It's all part of the reason of it, yeah? Is that if you say 500, it's not enough, really, especially if you're saying you want to make 1,000, because you're telling me you want to make 200% growth on that account, basically a month. That how are you going to trade? Because even if I do pick a strategy that picks trend and everything, what I'm teaching you here about probabilities is the same thing. How, if I'm taking trades, how do you want me to tell you that I'm definitely going to win all of these trades? It's not possible. I'm showing every single person now that that's not possible. So we need to lower our expectations. So if you're trying to make, and this is why I can't tell you an exact figure, if you're trying to make £1,000 a month, then you need £100,000 to trade with, because then that's only 1%. You get what I'm saying? Which is more realistic for winnings and losses. Make sense?
Okay. No, I
So
don't have that amount.
Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
I said I don't have that amount. So yeah, you said you need 100,000 to make 1%, but no, I don't have that amount to do it. But yeah.
And you see one thing I will tell you, people always run away from these the Forex gurus, all of this. It's because in my nature, I cannot sit around and scam people. It's just in my nature to not do that. Do you understand what I mean? Remember, I have a certain amount of power because people trust me because of what I'm giving off here. I could easily just be telling people, sign up to this, do that. And all I need, let's come on, everyone knows maths here. If 1,000 people sign up for like £50 worth of something or £100, I could make X amount of money and just go ghost. I could just disappear. But it's not in my nature to do that. It's why I'm trying to tell people that don't pay me any of your money if you're not understanding what you're getting here, basically. Do you get it? You're not getting, you can pay me $60 or $100 a month, or sorry, pound a month, and then expect me to turn 500 that you might have or 1,000 into $2,000 or $3,000 profit. If it does happen, fantastic. But there's a big chance that's not going to happen. I can tell you that it would be much more easier for me to tell you from $1,000 investment, I could make you $100 a month, basically. Do you understand? And that means if you put that in your account, but I can't tell you I'm going to turn that $1,000 into $10,000 this month, or 3,000 or 2,000. It's not, because you're asking for percentage growth, which everybody in the Forex industry tells you you shouldn't trade that way. And it's not for no reason. It's because it's basic knowledge that you are more than likely going to blow up your account if you trade that way. And I'll just end up blowing up every single person's account. There's no reason for it. Any single time I've gone mad negative in any of the accounts, trades, or services I've had, they've always turned back around. But what usually happens is people are not patient enough to see the turnaround. Do you get it? And it's what I always scream to people. You have to trade probabilities. You can't see 6 losses and think the world is coming to an end. If you over leveraged or over risked in those 6 trades, that is not that person that gave you that trade's problem. That's the trader's fault. Do you understand? If you traded 0.01 and you had $10,000, that 6 trades in a row loss won't mean anything to you, because in the next month or two, you'd be up based on how that person should be trading. You understand? So yeah, that's basically it.
Okay.
Anything else? There was another person that I think asked a question.
I'm trying to give everybody else a chance, but if no one else has, I do. It's actually in addition to what she just asked. So based off of what you just said, do you think my Forex fund, the 5,000 account, is worth it?
It's worth it. I'd only tell people to go and get that if they're even beginners in trading, because it makes perfect sense. You're more than likely, if you're a beginner, you're trying to go live, let's say you traded for 3 months, you're more than likely going to blow $50. So because you don't have enough probabilities to trade, and you're going to think it's you're going to put in a perpetual cycle of thinking you're the bad person, you don't know what you're doing, someone's teaching me the wrong information. Do you get where I'm coming from? When that's not the problem. What now helps you use that $50 you'd put in your live account thinking, let me start small and grow. Use that $50 to go get a My Forex Funds 5K account, because then at least you've got 30 days worth of safe trading with a good amount of capital to see if your strategy works properly or not. Don't even care about passing those 5K accounts, because you won't make great money from them unless you're over risking. Simple. You're not going to make massive money from those accounts. You really ain't. Not that small account there, that 5K account. What you should be only making from it is like $50 profit a month comfortably. But if you can do that, it's paid for itself. So what are we even worried about? If you're making $50 a month from it, it's paying for itself. Plus, you're going to get a refund. That's how you need to trade those. You need to trade those to practice. Once you're good at doing those accounts, there is no different in you passing that account with your strategy to passing a 20K, a 10K, a 20K, 50K, 100K, 200K, 300K. That's why I'm telling everyone, all I'm doing is trying to get my capital on my funding accounts up to 600K to a million over the period of possibly 2 years, because trading 1 to 2% the same way I trade, I'm making crazy money now, not having to force $1,000 account to try and make 20,000 a month. Make sense?
Makes sense. Got it.
Yep. No problem at all. And that's why I push everybody to go get a proper account, because you just need the probabilities to be able to trade. Even now, I'm trying to practice like a proper scalping strategy to grow small accounts into huge money. But I'm saying the problem always is when you're trying to do the small, it's only the small accounts, not the scalping strategy, is that you just don't have enough probability. So by the time your trade does come through, you've probably gone back 2 or 3 steps. So therefore you can't grow the small money into huge money. Yeah, you'd have to be lucky to get the right ones in order to do that. I'm not saying it's impossible. It's how obviously I'm trying to trade the strategy, but the way I trade the strategy, I don't need to be exact. I just need the probabilities to be good enough, and it works. But again, if you're doing very, very small money, I'm talking like $12. Yeah, that's how much money I'm talking small. Yeah. If you're doing it, you need more probabilities. And that's what the issue is. So again, 5K would do a lot better and you'd see the results. So let's get back into this so we can get to the end of this one so I can explain what I'm saying here. So now USD JPY, okay, cool. Yeah, USD JPY was straightforward because we're in it. There was just both of them were winners. That's how ridiculous it is. So again, to my point, you saw how EU was smooth like butter. And now USD JPY was smooth like butter. You had one entry here that gave you a 4, and you had another entry here which is giving you a 5. Yeah. Again, what I say about even the scalping thing, you don't know that. How did you know this week starting EU would have been the best trade to take? UJ would have been the best trade to take. You don't know that. This is why you need a My Forex Funds or FTMO account, so you can trade lower risk, more probabilities. And then guess what happens? Your aim for the week was just to be profitable, even by 1%. It was just to be profitable this week. That's all. Because if you can keep doing that, you know that if I increase this amount of risk I've got on this, yeah, and that's not going crazy, then I have a probability of that same 1% being 2% at the end of the week, and that same 2% being 4%. Makes sense? This is all you need to care about right now as a trader if you're not profitable. Stop caring about, I need to make this money, I'm trying to make this money. Try and figure out how to make some type of growth on that account in the week. Because if you can figure out how to make consistent growth, even small growth, yeah, all you have to do is do the same thing with a bigger size account and you're making good money. So now let's go over to the results over here. So this week, where are we at? So if we stopped trading before I started this Zoom, yeah, because there was some impulses, you'd had 0, 15, 10, 5. So what is this? 25, 30, 0. And sorry, this was a winner. So this was a winner from the get-go. So this would have been 20. I need to put this here. Let me do that again. You would have had 15, 30. So this is 25, 30, and there you go. So you would have had 50 GBP. Now, can you see how we are in profit on this? So just give me a second, people. I'm going to add the share back with you. Give me 1 second. And you can, like, nobody in here can tell me this is not a mentorship advice I'm giving to people here. Like, this is really mentorship stuff. This is what I'm saying. This is like, and I go through a lot more in mentorship. Trust me, it's crazy. I say it all the time. It's why I urge people. I feel like some people I get, if you don't have the funds to take mentorship or whatever, okay, I get it. I'm not like a moron. I understand people need to pay other things and they've got families again and whatnot, responsibilities. But if you're holding $1,000 in your account and you're refusing to pay mentorship, hoping you're going to get this holy grail of Forex sometimes, you're wasting your time. And someone asked me that question, explain why people need mentors. I'm obviously going to explain this more in that video that I'll do, but this is why, literally, like, it's pointless you doing that. Everything I'm telling you now, I didn't learn this myself. I had to learn this from people I've either paid for, spend the money on, and everything. You need to, because it cuts down your trail of losing. That's what it does. Like, I'm telling you, people, if they pay attention and deep what I said in this whole video, they will stop losing as many trades and they might actually start becoming profitable. Let's go back over here. I'm going to share my screen with you again, people. And again, thank you for all those that have stayed. Where are we here? Okay, cool. So again, why was I even here in the first place? Yeah, so this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to break down the maths of this next. Yeah, this is the part of this here. So, okay. Now we have 8% we need to make off this account. 8% is 400. Yeah. Last week, I already shown people how much they would have made on the account. It was X amount of money. I think it was 1% growth they would have had on the account. Yeah. This week, again, just using, yeah, the Trinity alerts, buy every buy and sell. Remember that. I've made it that easy where you don't even need to care about what's going on in terms of direction. Just when it says buy and it says sell, just do it. The only thing you need to care about is your risk, making sure you understand lot sizes. Forget strategy. Too many people are wasting time with that. Yeah, that's why I gave you, I'm telling you, like people really knew what Trinity had done for me. Yeah, they wouldn't even be stressed about strategy. The fact that I unlocked it and said everyone can use it, yeah, basically something I've put, like literally I've been using and tested for the time already. People are lucky, I'm telling you, in that sense. Like literally that. No, I get it. And I'm not saying it for people to be like, you know, appreciate me. I'm not in it for this. You get understand what I mean? I'm really not in it for it. I was just trying to tell people like, you don't realize what I've done. I'm telling you, because I tried to make it like a certain thing that's like, oh no, it's a strategy. Let me put it this way. But I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to do all of this with the people. I'm like actually going to give them free will in a sense. You get what I'm saying? Like, do what you want. But people are obviously still struggling. So anyway, now, so I don't go too much off topic. I won't get emotional. What was I saying?
John,
Yeah, this is, yeah,
sorry.
go ahead. Sorry.
With regard to copy trading and what brokerage firm must we have and what leverage on the account? Because at the moment I'm with FP Markets, but if I was to do a copy trading, obviously I'll have to open a separate account elsewhere. So what brokerage
I'd have to see which ones
you...
are available. You'd have to tell me what you can get, and then I'll have to check if it's available to be able to be copy traded onto. That's what I have to do. Basically. Okay. When you're at that point, then yeah, you just tell me, and then I'll check and I can say no, it's not, or yes, it is. Basically.
Okay, yep. I'll talk to you later then.
Oh, that's all right. That's okay. No problem. So, yeah. Now again, remember this happened last week. It happened the week before that. What I've shown you here in this Zoom. Yeah, this is why I'm not posting trades and signals every day in the chart, especially for people that are like Trinity users, because I'm doing these videos so you can see what to do rather than just saying buy trade now, sell trade now. Like I don't need to do that if you can literally just look at your Telegram alert and then come here because I'm showing you this is what you can do basically. And you can see clear as day here, yeah, that again, we are profitable. Even if we was to close all the trades now, quote unquote, if this was an account, we would still be profitable. It might be $40 instead of $50 now, yeah, or whatever it is. But again, that's still growth. Remember, we're not working on strategy. I've given you the strategy. I've given you the software, basically. I've given you the strategy. I've said all you've got to do is work on your risk. That's it. Again, last week we would have been profitable by about 1% growth. The week before we would have been profitable. I think it was even more the week before. It was like 1 or 2% growth. And this week we would have been profitable. Yes, that's not 8% growth. I get it. But all you have to do is this factor here. And again, this is why I open this. So now if we've got a drawdown limit of, what is this? $250, yeah? Okay. So we've got maximum drawdown $250. And at any given time, this is your only problem on these accounts is the amount of trades you might have open. So there's no way we could hit the limit. Remember, I've told you, I said that, and I've said this in multiple videos. If you're taking that account, if you're splitting them all by 5, yeah, because there's 6 pairs. So, and you've got, I'm going to do it again for people, just so it's not going over anybody's head. We've got, so I don't do it by overall day, I do it by this. So I'm going to go back here again. And this is paid stuff I'm doing right now for people. This is paid stuff. Again, I know that if I bless people in life, God will bless me. This is why I'm not trying to charge people for the information I'm giving you right now. Yeah, I'm giving it out for free. Again, you got 600 overall drawdown. You need to go to overall. This is what I do. I go to my calculator. I say, okay, I've got 600 overall drawdown. I can say here, boom. Then I go divided by 20 days because we're only touching Forex pairs. Yeah. So divided by 20 days equals 30. Again, notice how I don't care about strategy. I don't care about win rate. I only care about my maths. 30. So that means I can lose $30 a day. And it means only if I lose every single trade for 20 days, I will lose $600, which is the overall limit on the account. I've shown everybody in here multiple times, we do not lose every single trade. So there is no fear. You're not losing every single trade. So what's the problem? We don't even have to think that's even a possibility because I've shown for weeks on end, that doesn't happen. Yeah, cool. Now this is what Trinity the alerts are giving you again, so people can know. So now I've got this to play with. Yeah, every single time. So when I've got this, I go over here and I've got 6 pairs. So 30 divided by 6 is $5 each, basically. And that's why I work out this sheet like this on the 5s. You see? So this week here, I would have had $50. Yeah, last week it was $35. So that would have been $85 basically I would have had. And then the week before, I haven't done the maths like this, but it would have been a certain amount of figure. So right now, more than anything, regardless of us even having to go further in this conversation, this account with no trend bias, Telegram alerts telling me when to enter on the 6 majors, this 5K account would be in profit. This 10K account would be in profit. This 20K account would be in profit. This 50K account would be in profit. This 100K account would be in profit. This 200K and 300 and so on. I'm not telling you to go and do this with a 100K account off the bat. If you've got 20, 30,000 that you can spend in Forex and you don't want to blow your money, but you're willing to use it in percentage, like probabilities, yeah, you can go get yourself a higher account if you want to. I'm not telling you not to do that. Yeah, but I'm saying the majority of people that come to me or come into Forex don't have money. Go and get yourself this $50 account and practice numerous amount of times with so get yourself this, get yourself the Trinity alerts for 20 GBP, get this account for, if it's in GBP, it's like 35 GBP. So altogether, you'll be spending like 60 GBP, let's just say. Yeah, I don't know, in dollars, it'll probably be like $80 altogether or 90. Now, do what I'm saying on those accounts. Now trade with no trend bias and try and grow them. The only way you're going to get to the £400 profit goal, yeah, is once you get smarter and you see what I'm saying is working, and then you either leave runners to keep going, so you get your 7R trades when they do work, like the other one that did do that, yeah, or on certain trades, if you see that they're good, you either add another position and you let it run, but with risk management, yeah. And then the third thing you can do here is that you might have to up this. So, but if you up it, all you're doing, let's go to the calculator, is if you're saying now, this, you might say, I'm going to lose $60 a day, but you losing $60 a day means you only have the probability of losing 10. Yeah, let's do it again so you can see what I'm saying. If there's 60 overall drawdown, yeah, if there's 600 overall drawdown and we divide that by 10, because now we want to use 60, means $60 a day I can lose. So from the last 3 weeks that I've shown you, we was up about $100 and something on the account. Of course, we need to hit 400. So if we did 60 as a loss, and then we split every single pair by a $10 stop loss, yeah, that's the 6 majors. And then we can make $40 going forward when it does win. Then we would have been up by about $200 now in profit on one of these accounts. You see, let's just call it this one here, if not more. And this is how you start to win in this game. I've taken everything away. The only thing you've got to do is practice what I'm preaching. Yeah. And then now you've got to figure out a better way of basically being able to increase your risk management. That is it. So you've got to understand. So what I've done on my 20K account, this one here, yeah, is when I've said this many times to people, when the trade came through that I need, which was this one here, we'll go back. Real slow, I'm doing this with every single person now, yeah? And it's not to be condescending or anything like that. It's just so people can really understand what I'm saying here. Again, this is paid information that I'm giving out here. So let's go to the 4-hour chart, yeah? And if you don't get it, it's not a problem. You can still book me and I can break it down even more with you if you need to. It's no problem. Like, don't just be shy as well. And I'm not saying this just to say at certain people, because I know people want to book me, yeah? But I'm like, don't try not to book me because you feel like he's giving me everything here. If you don't know what you're doing, you can still book me in it. Like, it's not an issue. Like, just do it. Don't try and cover yourself up. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, basically stop trying to hold it. You have to look at Forex as an investment. That's what it is. Yeah. Again, my trade here is this. This was my trade. Where is it? Where is this trade gone? No, it's not here. Trade. Here we go. It's this one here. I gave this to everybody as well in the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. So price went here. This was a Neo trade. Price went here, went all the way down, came back up to this area here again. Yeah. And then when it came back up, there's an entry that came as an alert for a possible trade sell. Yeah. When it did, yeah, everybody got an entry here. Breaking this down properly for you. I said that if price goes any higher than this and closes above here, this top one here, all of this is documented in my groups. Like I show you the charts. Yeah. Price is probably going to continue to go up. If it doesn't break this wick and stays below this wick, look over here. Yeah. Then we're good. I saw this 4-hour candle closed below this area over here. Yeah. This is me with my own understanding of price action, not Neo's setups, price action. Yeah. If price closes below this wick, it's not telling me that it's breaking structure and going further up. It closed below this wick here. As we can see, the wick was there. Yeah. Then I've seen that I didn't know this was going to happen. I actually fell asleep. So I was up all night just waiting for this setup because of what I'm telling you here. When this happened, let me go down to a 15-minute time frame so you can see it now. Give me a second to get there. Yeah, it's here. There you go. Now I've literally, I kid you not, people, and you can even see my entry if you go to the Forex testimonials. I've literally, I think, got my entry here. And because I've leveraged so high now, let's do this, yeah? Short tool. I've now put like a 3.0 lot size, but I've made sure my stop loss is just above, it's even here, to be fair, yeah? And I've said to myself that price can't go no higher than this. It shouldn't. If it does, it's not my trade. It's done it already. It's gone there. It's reversed off of there. So by this time, I've been waiting all night for this setup as well. I stayed up, and then eventually it did. And by the time I've woken up, yeah, price was about here. So you'd probably see me start posting in the general chat around this point here. So now I've used more leverage or more risk in order to reach this 8% goal. I know what I'm doing already because of probabilities of trading, what I just explained to you over the last hour. Yeah. I know what I'm doing in terms of strategy because I told you I obviously have my Neo strategy, but I've given you guys and girls basically a strategy trade with no trend bias, boom, boom, boom. I know what I'm doing in terms of risk to reward. I've got that with Neo. Anyone that's traded me in Neo, they understand I know that, how I trade that and how I find out my my stop loss levels and my take profit levels. All of that, I've done that. All of that's secure, that bag's secure. But what I need to know is how I'm going to be able to pass this evaluation account. And what I figured out whilst I'm trading it, I'm like, hold on a second, this is what you need to do. Once you've got all of that bag secure, which again, I've already given out everybody here pretty much for free, you need to just know when the better opportunities arise. And the main reason why is because there was nothing more that price could go to over here on the left. If it does, it needs to go like another 200 pips up or 100 pips up before the next resistance level. So I said, it's either going to do this move here or it's not. But if it didn't, I would have lost within risk reason. Not something I wanted to lose, but again, it was still within risk reason. I would have been able to trade tomorrow, the next day, or whatever. And I took this trade at higher leverage. I did the same thing with Euro CAD, but AJ, when it appeared as a sell, I never, because it wasn't in this type of position. You understand? So EuroCAD was, and I did the same thing. And this is how I was able to leverage more. So of course, if you're trading this with a 1.0, 3.0 instead of a 0.30 now, so I was risking more loss I could have had in the day, maybe a couple of days loss. But if the trade's right, yeah, I'm going to pass this account or make half the profit in this account. And that is what you've got to do there in order for you to pass. You've got to trade what I'm saying, practice what I'm saying, and then you're going to start to see the better trades that appear, and then you can add more risk or risk into the trade. Basically, you're going to up your leverage in the trade, right? Yeah, basically in the trade. I hope this is all making sense for people. I know it seems long-winded, but I really try to go very, very slow with this. There's no special way of that happening. And even if I was copy trading or doing anything like that, that is what would happen. If it was specifically copy trading to pass prop accounts, that's what I'll do. So there might even have to be two versions of the copy trading. In fact, there might be copy trading to pass prop accounts, and there might be copy trading in order to, what was I going to say? Copy trading in order to just trade live accounts. Because the main thing is that you can always have a certain amount of risk and growth, but you need that strategy to pierce through. Do you understand what I'm saying? And the only way it's going to pierce through is that there's nobody that just sticks to one set number and passes these prop firm challenges. They see a setup and they go for that setup, but they keep their risk reasonable enough of a loss for them to continue the next day if they're wrong. Nobody just literally says, like the 1 to 4 thing. They don't just trade the 1 to 4 every single day and then eventually they just win that prop account. that's not what usually happens. What happens is that they see the best setup that they can within that 30 days, 20 days, and then they will be able to go for that one. And this is why my win rate was 30%, because I was attempting this a couple of times until I was right. And then that 30% meant nothing, because this one trade, and plus EuroCAD, yeah, it was even this one for that phase. This one trade here made all of that other, oh, I was wrong on the other one when it looked like I could leverage more. It didn't matter. So again, I hope everybody understands what I'm saying there. And this is why when people ask me about win rate, I'm like, it doesn't matter about your win rate. It matters about the right trade setup and the probability of it working or not. But yeah, everybody good? Yeah, everybody good. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your suggestions. Let me know your ideas, please. Anybody there? Anybody alive? Anybody alive?
Yeah, we're still here. I am anyway.
Anybody else in the chat? Because I know people are still struggling with these proper counts. I know not necessarily yourself, but I know other people might be struggling with them.
No, I lost my first proper count and then I just gave up. I thought.
You see what I'm saying? And that's, again, it's why I say don't give up. Probabilities. There are probabilities. What you need to do is practice. So go to your lower account. You're probably going to top up your trading account with that same type of money. Practice on this one. Practice on this one. Trust me. Practice, because it's work. You're not going to make $1 million, or let's just call it from this company. You're not going to make, they go up to 600K. You're not going to make 600K worth of capital from a small account, realistically, within whatever time period you're trying to make it. Is it 2 years, 3 years? Like, it's just probably not. So, but you can get up to 600K worth of capital from these people within a year if you just put your risk together, basically. I kid you not, you would be. And that's what I'm telling you, when I figured out this whole thing with these majors, I was like, whoa, this is kind of crazy, because this is what they're doing. And all pairs do this. It's not just the majors. Every single pair does it. You just got to pick a selection. I'm only saying the majors because they've got the smallest spread. So when you scalp them, they don't put you very much negative straight away. Their spread is so, their open price, when they've got that, when you enter a trade, it puts you in very little drawdown when you enter them. And plus, they're the most liquid pairs because the biggest banks in the world are based with the majors. You've got GBP, you've got CAD, you've got USD, of course, one of the biggest order banks in America. You've got JPY as well. They're huge with their banks. You've got Euro as well. Like, you've got all of the biggest banks in the world on them, and that's why they're the majors. So that's why they're the best pairs to understand this. So that's why I didn't focus on other pairs to look at this with. And again, there's always a big move in the week. Like, we can literally just check it out constantly. Look, move. There's always a big move. The problem we don't know is that we don't know. And this is what I've clocked about trading. And I've even clocked it about Trinity as well. Not Trinity, about Neo when I'm trading Neo as well. I've noticed that the majority of my winning trades come later on in the month. That's what happens most of the time. It doesn't seem to happen, the majority of my winning trades, at the beginning of the month, but it doesn't mean it can't. Do you understand? So again, this is why I've said probability. So if my trades come towards the end of the month, again, it's my risk management. And that's also another reason. If we're near the end of the month, I might leverage more. Like, there's a trade right now, I've leveraged something, because I'm like, we're right near the end of the month. It's before NFP week, basically. Let me go for it, because it's probably going to just finish off this trend now, or start this new trend now. And that's it. So this is what I realized. So now
I understand why I lost the prop firm account. It was the same thing about having the time and not being available all the time, that when I did have an opportunity to trade, I thought, oh my God, I might not get another opportunity this week. So I have to take X amount of trades to.
Of course.
To
and that's the thing,
that sort of like panic situation about it. But as you say, next time I'll just say, well, it's only losing £49, and I would lose that in real money anyway if I'm not careful. So,
Of course, no, I understand completely, and that's what I said. But I've taught. That's what I said. There's more learning. That's why I say that. Trust me, it's still worth it. Even though I'm saying I'm giving away this information here, I'm not hiding nothing. but there's more information, which you've seen because you've been a student before, which again, I teach even more about risk management, and I teach even more about prop accounts. I teach you how you're going to be able to get all of these prop accounts as well, and especially in the VIP, but now that would just be in the crash course or the one-on-ones. But of course, we'd book individual sessions for that. So even if you do the one-on-ones, if the crash course is not, you know, it's not, people can't afford it, basically. I understand, then you can still get the one-on-ones, but you just have to be fair with how you're booking. You might say, okay, this week, just teach me about risk management this week, John, with this one. Just teach me about this one on the next one. No problem. Because I understand that's why it's like segments. So yeah, look, again, every single week, look, trade, because you probably had a Trinity entry here or somewhere around here, even if it was here. This one here, maybe here, that would have got you. Every single week, there's a move. And if this pair don't give it to you, one of the others will probably giving it to you. At the same time, they're probably giving you that trade. So, and this is why I say you split them by the 6. I'm telling you, I can't make it much easier for people if you're trying to manual trade. It's gold. It's like the thing with me when it comes to trading, I'm in this sell right now. I kid you not as well. I'm in this sell because I told everybody, sell this pair. Wait for it to come. I'm in this pair, and I'll show you. I'll post it right now. So every single person. And the main basis of this trade was a Neo trade. That's why this is a Neo trade. And like I said, I gave all of these out in the Zoom call. The last Zoom call I did before I stopped doing group Zoom calls. I've got all of these charts marked up, and I said, yep, it can go to this point here, go here. And I said, yeah, it's most likely going to go here. There was liquidity, I believe. There was a wick on the weekly time frame. It went to go clear first. I said, after it clears that, then we'll look for our trade setup. So I'm just going to check this trade now because I've got that trade running. Oh, beautiful, people. Beautiful. Look at this now, people. I'll show you. Again, this, I literally gave this out to this trade out to every single person in Trinity. I gave it out. And this is how I'm doing it. I've had losers on this account as well. I've had losers. I'm going to post it. Just trying to get up on my phone. So I'm going to post it in the general chat now.
Jay John, when you have a trade, a position open for multiple days with the prop firms, do those count as multiple days of trading or just one day of trading?
Say that again. Sorry. Say that again.
So let's say you have a trade open, it's a swing trade, so it's open for multiple days. Does that, because you open it on the first day, does that just count as your one day of trading, or because it's open for multiple days before closing it, does it count towards your term days of trading?
Basically it counts for so if you've got a trade open, you mean basically, yeah, from like one day, will it count as just that same one day? It doesn't matter, because as soon as you open your first, if I'm correct on what you're saying, if you open one trade, any trade, yeah, it lasts, yeah, for the basically it starts the timer on the account already. So it doesn't, so if let's say day 30 was today and I opened the same trade I just posted now in the general chat, literally. So I've posted this is the trade here, yeah? So this would be my first day. So tomorrow will be my 29th day. The next day will be my 28th and so on. Even the weekend, it will count it like that. It doesn't count it that from this trade, it was one day. And then if you open another one, that would be another one day start. If that's what you mean, is that what you're trying to say?
Right. So that trade that you have on the screen, so let's say you open it today and you don't close it until Monday, that just counts as one day of trading?
No.
Sorry, say that one question again. Sorry, someone just mentioned.
So you opened this trade today. Let's say you opened this trade today, and it hasn't hit your target, your TP yet, and you close it on Monday because it hits your TP on Monday. How many trade days is that considered?
If it hits, how many trade days? If you close it on Monday, it would be considered any the close of the market, basically. So if the market, like literally, so if you was in that trade for 4 days, yeah, it would basically be 4 days taken off of the timer on your My Forex Funds account or your FTMO account. It doesn't matter.
That's what
it's not per trade, it's per the whole account from the first day you traded. That's what I mean.
Okay.
That makes it better. Yeah, so you don't have to worry about that. So whenever you take your first trade, that's it. The timer started. until 30 days has elapsed, basically. Yeah.
Right.
Cool,
But
cool.
so those 4 days count towards your, because you have
Yeah, it
a
doesn't matter
certain
how many
amount
days,
of-
when you open the trades, whatever you do with the trades, that 4 days will always count towards your 30 days and so on. It's not per trade, it's for the whole account. So as soon as you open one trade at 1 second, it doesn't matter. Even if it's a 0.01 and you close it instantly, the timer has started and it will stop 30 days from the second, well, from the close of market, I believe. So of that 30 days. Is that better?
Right. But what I'm saying is
Yeah.
within that 30 days, you have to trade 5 days to pass.
You don't have to trade 5 days. No, you have to trade X amount of days of whatever they say. I think sometimes they say you have to trade altogether. Maybe they might say 15 days or 10. But what you can do, yeah, regardless of all of that, to make it easier for you, just every single day, regardless, open up at 0.01. Just do that until you've passed the phase. So just open up at 0.01 on one pair and then close it, just to make so there's no confusion and me going through the rules of what they got. Everybody says that on YouTube as well. Just literally open up a 0.01 every trade day, regardless if you're going to trade or not, just so it counts as you traded that day until you pass that phase. When you get to the next phase, do the same thing. Even though your live account, you've got X amount of days. I can't remember the rules for each of the companies, but just always, that's what I was doing. Even on my live account, whilst I was waiting for the payout, I would still just enter a 0.01, regardless if I was trading, just so it shows I'm trading. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Does that answer your question? I want to make sure I was clear.
Yeah,
with it.
that makes sense.
Yeah,
Do it that way.
No problem whatsoever. So yeah, I'm probably going to pretty much leave it there, people, anyway, because I'm getting a call. I have to get a phone call as well, so I don't want to. I did tell them I'll call them back. It's been a while. So if there's anything else, you can hit me up. You know what I mean? Yeah. And anyone that does watch this, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. It's your boy Big John, and I've given out a lot today. Given out a lot, you know what I mean? So there's always more, but I've given out a lot. And again, hopefully it does help you all. I really do want people to become successful at trading, because it's a good feeling. Like when my other student managed to he made 6K on his prop firm account. He showed it, he put the testimonial and everything there. So he did all of that. I'm probably going to have an interview with him sometime as well, just to let people know, because he was with me 1 year. So he proper gave his time and attention to what I was trying to teach. And he came from not knowing anything about Forex, literally. And this is where he is. And where is it? Forex testimonials. You can see it here. So these are all the testimonials people have given about, like their mentorship testimonials. These are all the testimonials people have given me since I've had this Discord open and started doing it. And there's loads of testimonials in there. And yeah, he was the last one to give it, you know, and there you go, literally. So it's big, it's all in there. And like I said, he came from knowing nothing about Forex, and now he's at a point where he's got multiple prop accounts from my Forex funds. And yeah, he banked I think it was like 6 to 10K the last week. So I can't really say much more than that. Do you know what I mean? In terms of it, like, you just got to be patient. And that's what he was with me. He gave me a year of his time, you know, regardless. We went through losses and wins together, but all of the losses we went through did not account nothing towards, nowhere near how much money he just made off of that one win the year later. So everybody has to pay attention to that in general. Like, trust me, it'll be a very good time. Just stay focused, basically. Yeah. And with all that being said, I'll leave it there, people. You have a good one. Take care. See you later.